Now I'm going to share with you some of my favorite picture books. I feel like picture books are kind of overlooked sometimes, but they are really great for children. It helps them to build their imagination as they're delving into different worlds and meeting new characters. It can teach them concepts like empathy as they're learning to feel for other people. It's a great way to work on just basic reading skills like alliteration, metaphors, and similes and things like that. So I'm going to share with you some of my favorite picture books that we have. So this one is our illustrated alphabet. It's just such a cute book. It's got this nice little cover, so I feel like that, I don't know, it looks a little nicer, it makes a really good gift. You've got that little fancy little bookmark there, but it goes through the alphabet. Obviously, it's the illustrated alphabet, but it just has these cute pictures, and it's kind of a silly book too. So like my favorite one, I love G. G is for gorilla. The big gorilla wanted green grapes but got garlic. Gosh, she was grumpy. Grr. It's just so cute. And they're hearing that sound over and over again, so they're really learning to be familiar with that sound, and it's just a silly book, but it's got these beautiful illustrations at the same time. It's just such a good book. I just love this one. So that's our illustrated alphabet. Again, comes with that nice little cover. Another one I feel like makes a really good gift, especially for mommies and from grandmas, is Animal-y, and it goes through, it's showing a bunch of different animals, but it's using adverbs, which I think is kind of a trickier concept for kids, so I really like that as well, but it's just a sweet book, on top of that. I love you gently like a lamb, I love you boldly like a ram, I love you cutely like a koala, I love you briskly like an impala. So you've got that rhyming scheme in there, which is great for helping kids learn to read, but then it's just a sweet book as well, and they get to see all kinds of different animals, so this is a really cute one, Animal-y. Another one I like that I actually got for my son is Jonathan James and the What If Monster. If you're familiar with Usborne at all, you've probably heard or seen the What If Monster. And basically in this story, the What If Monster is very concerned about things. So he's always asking questions, what if you tumble? What if there's wind? What if you slip and your knee gets all skinned? And so he's going through on why they shouldn't try these new things and do all these things, because it could be scary, we could get hurt, we could get made fun of, all these different things. And then in the middle of the book, Jonathan James finally tells him, I've had enough now. Wait a minute, I hear what you're saying, but what if you're wrong? And then he goes through and says, what if I climbed to the top of that tree and I never slip or skin up a knee? And goes through and basically is like, what if we tried these things and we actually like that, pasta dish, or we like these things, and what if we succeed? And basically turning it into a, we shouldn't be afraid to try new things because you don't know, and it could go really well. So I really like this book, and I think it's teaching a really important concept that's kind of, it's hard for kids to learn. I think this is a great way to help them learn that it's okay to try hard things and try new things. So that's a great book, and it's pretty inexpensive as well. So another great little, great gift, great book for your kids. I love these are our picture books. So we have a lot of different ones in this series. They actually come in a collection as well. If you buy them singly, you can see they kind of have that thicker padded covering, so they're really well made. This one is Cinderella, but we have like Anne of Green Gables, Little Red Riding Hood, a lot of the classic fairy tales. But as you can see, again, we just have a lot of fun, beautiful illustrations, which again, I just love children's books that have illustrations. So this one's a lot of fun, but it's also just very well written. As you read it to your kids, you'll see there's a lot of metaphors, a lot of similes, there's a lot of alliteration. So they're hearing the story of Cinderella, but also working on their reading skills at the same time, and it's just a cute book. My 2-year-old daughter loves this book, so our picture books are really great. Probably my personal favorite picture book that we have is How Big is a Million? And it goes through the story of this little penguin named Pipkin, and basically he's trying to figure out how big a million is. So he talks to his mom, and he finds 10 fish, and finds a group of 100 penguins, and meets a little friend along the way, and they see 1,000 snowflakes. But he goes through the day and realizes that he never found a million, and his mom, he's like, it's all good, it's okay. And then she tells him that they need to go outside, to go outside, and I've got something to show you. And you can see there, it's this way to Pipkin's Million. At the very back of the book, there's this big envelope, and I'm going to try and show you, we'll see. But you pull out this poster. You can see, it's good, my kids love this book, but you've got this giant poster. I don't know if you can see where the Pipkin and his mom are. They're right there. You can see it close up. You've got stars. So they go outside and they look at all the stars, and I always loved stars, but I love this book. It's just so cute, so sweet. So he gets to find a million at the end of the day with the big chart of stars. And my kids love this book, as you can see by the ripped poster. But we also have one that's similar to this. It's How Deep is the Sea? And I think it's with Pipkin, and he's going through and trying to find how deep the sea is. So this is a cute one as well. And then for our older readers, we have our illustrated classics. Again, they have that thicker padded cover, so they're really well made. And this is a great way to get them interested into chapter books or little, stories that they might not otherwise be interested in. So this one's Enchanting Stories, and it has, things like The Secret Garden, Wizard of Oz, Black Beauty. But as you can see, it's illustrated, so it kind of has that picture book feel, but it's thicker like a chapter book. And it's just classic stories. And we have several versions of these. So we have adventure stories, we have I think Norse myths, different kinds of books, depending on what your child's interests are. And we also have some classics that are unabridged, so Little Women, Treasure Island. So again, a great way to get them interested in some different fiction stories. So those are my top picks for picture books.